everyone. So today I will solve a worksheet on network diagram. So the worksheet is about we have to design some of the network diagram that we have in our network chapter, which is under unit 1, Edexcel IAL IT. So here the thing is, this type of question carry a lot of marks, like 10 or 12 marks, and it's a bit tricky because you have to understand the questions word line by line, and there is some tips and tricks that you have to understand how to came up with network component and how each component can connect to each other. And beside that, if you go through all the question that you have in your question paper that came through all the year, like 2019 to 2024, then it will be quite easier if you practice all the paper. Okay, so here today I will practice two of the question of the network diagram design, and I will show you how to solve this type of question. So the first question is, like, in the country of Varma Loco, main roads often run through small villages. Okay, so the transport ministry has installed a traffic management system in each village. So always try to carry a pencil and try to mark the word that you think that is important, or it can be a network component, right? Or you can just connect it as a network component, similar like that. So when you'll go through, you'll understand a traffic management system in each village. One crossroad in each village has a set of traffic light controlling the main road and the side road. So there is a main road and a side road. The system is controlled by a computer, right? Who is controlled? It is controlled by a computer, and they already provide us a diagram which is like this, right? So there is a main road, there is a side road, this is the traffic light, and this is the control box. So here they are the system requirement. The default setting is for the light on the main road to go green and the light on the side road to be red. That means when the main road traffic light will go to green, during that time the red light, sorry, for the side road the traffic light should be red, so which mean to stop, right? Proximity and speed sensor are used to detect the two condition for when the light will change. So there is a proximity and there is a speed sensor. So this is the two condition where the control box can able to detect that we need the stop button or a go button. Go means green, stop means red, right? Based on that, the traffic light can also changes. The condition are, what is the condition? When a vehicle stop at a red light on the side road. So when a vehicle stop at a red light on the side road, that means side road have some vehicle sensor, right? So that's why it can understand that some of the vehicle stop at the red light. When a vehicle entered the village on a main road over the speed limit, so over the speed limit means they have a speed sensor, right? So when it is running over the speed limit, during that time the green color changes to red. So it is a speed sensor. This one is a vehicle sensor. Okay. Then an emergency vehicle can send a radio signal to change the light. So remember these things. A radio signal can send by a emergency vehicle to change the light, right? If the light is if the light is now red, but when an emergency vehicle is passes through the red, during that time it send radio signal to the computer or the control box, and from there it can identify, okay, there is an emergency vehicle, maybe it can be an ambulance. So based on that, they changes the traffic light from red to green. The light reset to the default setting after a set time. That means there is a timer also there. So timer helps to provide a time, like for the green it should be 5 minutes, for reds 5 minutes, right? So based on that, based on the time, the light is changes. If a vehicle moves past a red light on any road, a digital camera takes a photo and upload it to the local police headquarters via the internet. Like if there is any type of vehicle that pass the road when the traffic light is on red color, during that time there is a digital camera that can take the pictures of the vehicle and send it to the internet via the send it to the police quarter, sorry, via the internet, right? So there is a internet connection out there. You only need to show devices. That means you have to write the devices and connection for the lower side road and the right-handed part of the main road. You should represent a cable connection by a solid line. Solid line means this. Wireless connection by a line of dashes. Okay. And then represent network component by a labeled box or symbol. That means if you suppose if you draw a Wi-Fi like this way, label it, it's a Wi-Fi or it's a router. Okay, then include appropriate network component in the control box. So we have to add the network component inside the control box. So we understand that what type of things that we need. So first of all, we find out that when a vehicle stops at a red light on the side road, it can understand, right? So this is a vehicle sensor. So that means we need a vehicle sensor here. So if I just increase this one is a bit more, then there will be a vehicle sensor here, right? Always label it vehicle sensor. Okay. Then they said that there must be a when a vehicle entered the village on a main road over the speed limit. So that means main road, right? So main road have a speed sensor. So suppose here I can add similar like that, then I can put the name here as a speed sensor. Okay, then they said there's a digital camera as well, right? From here they mentioned that the emergency vehicle send a radio signal to change the light. Okay, suppose I think that this is the vehicle, okay, and this is considered as a emergency vehicle. And they're providing the radio signal, right? So okay, suppose this is the, because radio signal is a wave, right? Wireless type of thing. So later I will write it. Then they mentioned that if a vehicle passed a red light, there must be a digital camera. So suppose that here there will be a camera, right? So you can write here as a mention here as a digital camera. Okay, so here there will be a digital camera. Then we will think about the control box. So they say that include appropriate network component in the control box. They mentioned that there will be a internet as well and controlled by a computer. So that means internet is coming from the internet service provider, right? So we think that this is the internet is coming from the internet service provider. Then we send the internet to the control box by using a router, right? You can write a router or a modem. So by using a router, suppose this is a router, then this router will be connected to a computer. They mentioned that there must be a computer as well, right? So here, suppose here it is a computer. Okay, computer. And how to connect computer with a router? We'll use a switch, because there's a number of other devices that need to be connected. So this one is a switch. Okay, this is considered as a switch. Then we have to connect the digital camera with this, right? Vehicle. Then we also need to connect the speed sensor as here, and the traffic light is also connected with the control box. All are wire connection, whereas the emergency vehicle is sending the radio waves. So when it's sending the radio waves, that means obviously with switch there is some of the devices are connected that can able to detect the radio waves, right? Suppose like this. So this is a radio receiver. Radio receiver that can able to detect the radio waves. And at last they mentioned that the light reset to the default setting after a set time. So that means there is a timer as well present, right? So for that thing you can just write here as a timer, like this one is considered as a clock. So here it is a timer. So this is the end of the diagram. So here what I did, first of all I find out all the network component that I have to draw on the diagram, and then I find out like how can I connect to each component with each other, right? So here the one thing is I can connect the computer directly with the router, but the thing is that I have to connect the number of other devices with the internet. So for that reason we have to use the switch. So switch can help us to connect a number of devices and then with the router. So this way we can transfer the internet to a different type of devices. That's it. So this is the end of question number 1, where they provide us the diagram. But if we move to question number 2, here the whole question is on description, but there is no diagram are present there. So this question is about a bus company provide heap on heap of buses for tourists. The bus run for 4 routes, okay, stopping at tourist attraction. Speakers by each seat give a commentary on what can be seen on a bus travel around its routes. That means speakers, right, on each seat. Each bus have a speaker. Customer purchase ticket for 1 or more routes. So customer can able to purchase their ticket for the buses, right? The bus company control the buses and ticketing from server at the bus main station. That means there is a main station, so where they have the server, right? Where they have the server, and from there they're controlling the buses and ticketing services. So there is a hot backup system. That means they are backupping every data to a secondary bus station. So the hot backup duplicates the main system. That means the main system is duplicated by the secondary bus station server. It is updated in real time and can take over immediately if needed. Then they said that a mesh Wi-Fi network links bus station, buses and bus stops. So remember, mesh technology means, what's the meaning of mesh technology? Suppose if I have a 4 computer here, right? So each computer will be connected with each other. This is considered as a mesh technology. So if something happened to this portion, still this computer can send the data to this computer by using the other route, right? So this is an example of a mesh network. Then they say that the mesh network will be connected with the bus station, buses and bus stops. Ticket may be purchased at numerous shops around the shop. Okay, a ticket is a plastic card holding detail of the route and the date for which it is valid. So there is a ticket is a plastic card. The ticket outlet, there is a ticket outlet, and buses have near field communication. That means they have the NFC devices that can read from and write to the ticket. So the NFC can able to read and write the plastic card which is a ticket. Each bus stop has a display screen. That means bus stop has a display screen. Buses and bus stop, right? The screen shows the route estimated arrival time of the next 5 buses. Then each bus has a GPS receiver. Now they're mentioning that bus have a GPS receiver as well. The buses report their position every minute and the server update the display screen. Complete the diagram to show a network designed for the system. Indicate wire connection, that means solid line. Optical fiber will be double solid line, and the wireless will be like dash, and network component by label symbol that you already know, right? We did these things the previous diagram. Now in this question, the thing is that we have to identify what type of component we have in what type of outlet or the station. So for that thing, first of all, I will note it down here. So for that one, just make it a little bit smaller. And then first of all, I identify that they say that they have a main bus station, right? Because there is nothing there is no diagram there, right, with this question. So that's what we have to think. So there is a main bus station there, and then they say that there is a server, right? There is a server. Then they say that the hot backup system at a secondary bus station. That means they have a secondary bus station as well. Secondary bus station is they have, and there also they have a server where it is duplicate the data from the main server. Then they mention that they have a mesh Wi-Fi network link. So first of all, we identify the things that we have, then we will come with the mesh things. So for that thing, they say that ticket may be purchased, like they have a ticket outlet, right? So ticket outlet. So inside the ticket outlet, they have a NFC, and NFC can able to read and write the ticket, right? Read and write ticket. So this is the ticket outlet. Then they also mention that they have a bus stop. Bus stop has a display screen. So that's it. And buses also have NFC. Okay, so bus stop, there is a bus stop. They have a display screen. They have a display screen. Then they mention that the last one is a bus, right? The bus has a GPS server. So what the things that bus have? When we design, we have to identify. They have a GPS. Bus also have a NFC. Then bus have a speaker as well. At the first they mentioned that bus have a speaker. So bus have a speaker. Okay, yeah. So this is the thing. Each of the main bus station have a server, secondary bus station have a server, right? Ticket outlet, and then bus stop, all the things that I added. Okay, so they said that okay, now we will think about the mesh ones. So they say that the mesh connection will be on bus station, buses, and bus stop. So that means bus station. So this is the bus station, right? Secondary bus stop and bus. So the connection will be with this, right? So there will be no connection with the ticket outlet. Okay, so now we have to design this diagram. So when we will design the diagram, we just remember that this is the thing we have to draw. So first of all, we think about the main bus station. Suppose this one is the main bus station. Okay, so for the main bus station, what we have a server, right? They say that for the main bus station they have a server. Suppose this is considered as a server. This one is a server. So when there's a server, obviously the internet is coming, right? Because otherwise they can't able to do the backup. So for the internet is provided by the internet service provider. That's why we put the internet outside. And how we get the internet? We're getting the internet by using a router, right? So for the router, you can just draw something like that. This one is considered as a router. So from internet service provider, the internet is coming to the router. Router is connected with the server, because this is only one device. If we have more than one devices, that during that time we can use a switch. So this is the main station. Then they say there's a secondary bus station that is mostly uses for backup purposes. So here we will write it's a secondary, sorry about my writing. So this one will be the secondary bus station. Okay, so here they also mentioned that there will be a server, right? So maybe the server will look like this way. This is considered as a server. Okay, so this one is considered a server. That means this server also have internet connection. So how the internet is coming from here, you can write the internet from other side as well, but as a diagram perspective, so it takes a less space, right? So that's why I just connect it to from here to here. So there will be, obviously there will be a router, and then from router the server will be connected, right? So this one is getting the internet, this one is getting the internet. Now they're saying that optical fiber connection by a double line. So because there is a hot backup are going on, right? So that means there will be less data will be there will be less chance of the data losses. So that's why they uses the optical fiber in this portion. So that's why we can use this one here. This one is considered as an optical fiber. Okay, so we added the optical fiber main station, done. Then they mentioned that they have a ticket outlet, right? Ticket outlet have a NFC, and NFC can able to read and write the card. So for that one we can add a ticket outlet here. Maybe we can add, yes, ticket outlet, and they say that ticket outlet have NFC. So suppose this is a tag of the NFC, right? And NFC can able to read and write the ticket. So for the ticket we can able to add any type of outlet similar like that, right? Because the ticket is a ticket. So that's why we just show with a wave, because this is a wireless. So that's why we're using a dash line. And here we'll add a ticket, like suppose this is considered as a ticket, and it is uses for read and write purpose only. Read or write, right? Because the NFC can able to update or read the value inside the ticket. So how the NFC is working and sending the data, obviously it is sending the data to the server, and for that things it need internet, right? So obviously there will be a router here as well, and this is the router will be connected with the NFC. So this is an example of a ticket outlet. So then we will move to, there is a bus stop and the bus, right? So for the bus stop, if we think about the bus stop is a small thing out there, because they say there is a display screen. Suppose this is considered as a display screen. Okay, this is a display screen, and now we will move with the diagram for the bus. Okay, so they say that the bus have a GPS system, the bus have NFC speaker and control processor, right? So all the thing are controlled by, because everything is controlled, there is a main one, right? There is a processor. So or maybe you can write there is a control box. So mostly you can like there's a processor. This one is considered as a processor. Okay, this processor will control everything. So that's why we add a GPS system here, GPS system. Then there will be a NFC, because they say that there will be a NFC. So we will add here a NFC. So NFC will be similar like this way. Okay, so NFC, and NFC can able to read and write the ticket. So here must mention write or read. Then they mention that they have a speaker as well, right? So this one is considered as a speaker. So we draw everything that a buses need. Now at the last they mentioned that there is a mesh thing, mesh type of network, right? Mesh Wi-Fi network, link bus station, buses and bus stop. So for that thing we have to link all the thing together. So suppose obviously if the how the display screen will be updated, there need a router is needed, right? So here we added a router. Okay, here also it needs a router so we can get the internet connection. So here bus, inside the bus we have a router to provide the Wi-Fi. So now we have to add the mesh thing, mesh technology. How to do it? So this one will be connected to this is connected to this, right? Because for the ticket outlet they said that there will be no mesh network is included here and here. So when we connect this like this way, we don't use the router here, we will use here mesh network. Okay, the same Wi-Fi mesh network, the same here as well. So this is the diagram that we have in your merge scheme. You guys can see that there will be 2 bus stop or 2 bus, but that doesn't matter if you add the one as well. They may be added the 2 things. So this is the example of a question number 2. So if you guys face any problem, just let me know, then I can help you. So please subscribe and channel and like to my video if you guys really get help from my channel. Thank you.